This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2023 Salem Platinum Edition Model 27RK. So this is not a floor plan video, it's a how-to video. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work, okay? First of all, we have the new style quick drop stabilizers. So these will drop right down into place, and then you're going to put the crank on there and snug them up. So you don't have to crank them all the way down like that. It's very quick, okay? This is your water heater. Right now it's empty and it's bypassed, right? So this is your drain plug and your anode rod all in one. It takes an 1 1/16 6-point socket to take that in or put it in and take it out. All right. And there's a rocker switch right here, if you can see that. That controls the electric heating element that's behind that cover there. So you got to remember that switch is there. Also, it has a gas burner if you want to use it, and that's inside the trailer. I'll show you that when we get inside. Right now it's bypassed because the trailer's winterized. So just remember, when you're de-winterizing the trailer and you flush the antifreeze out, and then you're going to switch the valves on the back of the water heater to put it in camping mode. You put the drain plug in. Make sure you fill the water tank before you turn it on. Because if you run the heating element without water in it, you'll burn it out. So always make sure there's water in it before you turn it on, okay? All right, so you have a power awning with LED strip. This is the range hood vent. So if you're using the fan in the range hood, you want to reach up and pull the baffle free, so the baffle flaps freely. When you're traveling or in storage, you can just keep it shut. But when you're venting, you always want it flapping freely, okay? Refrigerator, and the refrigerator has a coiled sprayer in there, right? It's with a quick connect on it. You plug it in right here to get water. This pulls out, obviously this is your griddle. The griddle has an LP hose on it. It also has a quick connect here, just so you know. But it has an LP hose there, and in order to use this, you have to plug it into the LP system, so you would use this quick connect right down here. So you got to plug it into quick connect before you light it, of course. Okay, outside speakers. This is the fill for the fresh water tank. I mean, the most common way to get water to the trailer is the city water hookup. But if you're camping someplace without city water, like you're boondocking or whatever, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank here, and then you can use the onboard pump to pump it. So I'll show you the pump where the switch for the pump when we get inside. But you could always, even if you don't have city water, you could always use your plumbing as though you have it, as long as you fill your fresh water tank, okay? This is just TV signal out plus power to put a TV out here. Outside speakers. Okay. Now in here you're going to see two cranks. The larger one here is the 3/4 inch crank for the stabilizers. The small silver one is for your power tongue jack. Power tongue jack is obviously motorized, but if it ever fails, you can pull this plug off this way, put the crank right in there, and you can crank it manually, so you can always get yourself hitched or unhitched no matter what. So that's a good feature. You have a deep cycle marine battery. You have a kill switch for the battery right here. You can shut it off if you choose to. All right. 2 LP tanks with an automatic changeover regulator. This is your hitch here and your dump hose. We'll show you how the hitch operates when you pick up. It's a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control, so it's a good one. We'll show you how that works. Now this has a solar panel, so therefore it has a solar controller. Now it's kind of hard to see, so I'll just talk you through this right now. Let's see here. Let me just do this to get it right here. Hold on. Okay. Okay, so right now you've got 14 volts. The only button you have to worry about is this one in the top right corner here. So you got 14 volts in the battery, which is great. Push it again, we're gaining 7.9 amps from the sun right now. So 7.9 amps are being put into the battery from the sun. Push it again and you've got amp hours. Tells you how much power you have left. Push it again, you're back to 14 volts. So it gives you 3 different readings, which is great. If it ever flashes FUL and it flashes on and off, it's telling you your battery's totally full. There's no place to put any more power. so it's not, the solar panel is shut down. As soon as the power level, the amperage drops in your battery, it'll go back to this normal readout configuration. But if it says FUL and it's flashing, it's not broke, it's just full. Okay? Okay, so here's your other water hookups here. This is your city water right here. So this is the most common way to get water to the trailer. I showed you the fresh water fill just in case you don't have city water, but city water, you just hook it up right there, okay? This is your black tank flush. After you dump your black tanks, or tank, you know, you have two gray valves on this side and a black valve over here. So after you dump this black valve, which is toilet water and waste, you leave the valve open like it is now, and then you can hook the hose at the dump station right up to here, turn it on. It'll spray out the inside of your black tank, flush it out, spray off the sensors, that sort of thing, so you get a good reading. So it's a good thing to do. So that's the black tank flush. And like it says on the sticker down here, always make sure the valve is open before you turn it on. Okay? Alright, so here we go. This is your power cord here. 30 amp, 30 foot cord. We also give you a reducer to reduce it down to a 20. So you can, in case you need to use it at home. This has got a pre-hookup for an Lippert telescoping ladder. It's an option. The reason you would want that is because you need to inspect your roof. The manufacturer states every 60 days to look at the sealant on the roof. Make sure there's no cracking or separation where water can get in. You look at the roofing material and the roofing attachments. Make sure there's no damage by low branches or road debris. You're just inspecting your roof to stay ahead of any issues you might have. You're protecting your investment. You're just staying ahead of things. So odds are you'll go up there for years and not have to do a thing, but you're just checking it out, okay? That should be part of your regular maintenance. Also, this housing here tells us this is pre-wired for a Furrion backup camera, so you can always add that on if you're interested, okay? All right. So let's go inside. Okay. Toss the keys in the door here. Let's see. Okay. So, excuse me, we'll hang the keys right on the faucet there. Okay. So, first of all, you have a light dimmer. You just rub your thumb over it, turns it on and off, okay? You also have lights here, which is the accent light, and the other one is your awning light, right? The switch for your awning is right here, right? You go like this. Never leave it out unattended. If you're not going to be at the campsite, roll it in. This is your slide room switch here. This is the switch for the water pump, right? I told you you can pump water out of the fresh water tank if you don't have city water. This also is used to winterize the trailer. Your water heater switch on gas is right here. There's the fault light there. Remember I told you that to turn on the electric heating element, there's a switch in the lower left hand corner outside. Never run it without water in it. And then you have your levels here. Batteries charged, fresh water, black, gray, and the second gray. It has a galley tank, which is gray tank number 2, which would be for your sink over there, okay? Alright, and this is your thermostat. It's very simple. You just hit the mode bar and keep poking it till you get to the setting you want. If it gives you an option to use to have a fan speed of auto, like with the air conditioner, it's best to always choose auto, okay? Okay, so I'm looking at this. I'm not seeing the remote controllers here. They probably got them in a drawer in the bag here. Great. Let me look around a bit. If I can't find them while I'm doing this video, I'll make sure they're in here for you. I'm not going to go on an expedition for them. They should have been sitting there. Yeah, I'll just make sure they're in here for you, okay? So, your fireplace also has switches on it. You have a remote, but it has the switches here, so you can turn it on there. Here, if you go right there, it says 00, if you can see it. Then it says low, then it says high. That's the fan speed. So right now it's on high and it's really kicking, right? Also, you can change, let me get this right here, 1, 2, 3. You can change the color of the crystals. and the fire. So right now I got it blue with white crystals. You can set it however you want. And there's also a timer, so you can turn it on or set it to turn on and shut off when you want, okay? Alright, this is your sound here, your sound bar. It has an FM radio, no AM. Why, I don't know, but they've been shipping them with just FM. You have a USB port here, so you could put all your albums, all your MP3s on one stick and take them with you if you wanted to. You can stream off of it. It also has Bluetooth, so you can stream wirelessly from your phone or your tablet. This HDMI is an in, so if you wanted to go into the system with, once you get a TV up here, let's say with a portable Blu-ray player or something, you could go right into the system there. It makes it real easy. 2 speaker zones, 1 and 2. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer. So it does a lot. Okay. Now you would hook your TV to this one right here, right? It'll come, the coax will come right through there. So this green light tells us that the digital signal booster is on, which is the way you want it. If you shut it off like that, you won't get a good picture. It'll lock up. It'll give you all kinds of noise, you know. So you want that on. That's important. This is just telling you that this is pre-wired for a Wi-Fi signal booster, basically, which would consist of a router that goes here and an antenna that goes on the roof. If you're interested in that, it's pre-wired for that. So you would go to kingconnect.com and look at their different products for a pre-wired trailer, okay? If you're interested in anything like that. All right. Okay, so this couch jackknifes. There's another piece that goes right here. I'll have to make sure that I'll go get you one of those too. He's probably got it set aside. He just didn't put it in yet. But there's a divider that goes here also. You can take the poles from the table and you can drop the tabletop down onto these cleats here and turn this into a bed too. So you got 2 beds here with storage underneath. Plus there's a divider also. Okay. All right. So microwave works like any other microwave. This is your range hood we talked about. If you're going to run the fan, remember what I said about running the or opening the baffle outside. I think you should have the gas turned on. If not, I'll go out there and do it. You have 3 knobs here for the 3 burners. Then you have a sparker here. You turn this clockwise to spark it, and that's the oven right there. So let me see what he's got going here. It's that simple. Okay. Now the oven's a little bit different. It has a pilot light all the way to the back there. Maybe I can spark it so you can see it better. I don't see it. Anyway, you can go to light the oven. You'll go to the picture of the pilot light. You'll depress it, and then you'll spark it till it lights. Once it lights, you still hold this in for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat up the thermocouple. Then you go to operating temperature. When you shut it off, the pilot light goes out, so you got to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Okay. When it comes to accessing your water, the back of your water heater, you can go through this panel here, and maybe even through there if you need to. But it's in this corner. So when you want to switch the valves on it, that's how you get to it. Okay. Refrigerator is a 12-volt DC refrigerator. Runs off 12 volts with a compressor. This device right here is your power converter, right? So basically it converts AC to DC power. So when you're plugged in, you've got 110 AC at these circuit breakers like you would at home, and then they're all labeled, of course. So then the AC power is converted to DC over here, and you got 12 volt DC fuses here, right? And they're labeled. So that's where the 12 volt comes from. Now, when it's plugged in, it's always going to sense how much energy your battery up front has and needs, and it'll send as much energy as it needs to charge the battery. If the battery's totally topped off, it'll just send a couple amps to maintain it. If it's low, it'll send 10 amps or whatever. Your solar panel will also be charging the battery as it can, depending on the weather and all that, and the conditions and all that. And when you're pulling it down the road, your tow vehicle's alternator will charge the battery. So 3 different ways to charge the battery, okay? Okay, and this also auto detects the type of battery you have also. Okay. Alrighty, so I think we got everything when it comes to appliances. Okay, let me walk this way. The water pump is accessed under here, and that's where you will draw the antifreeze into the system too. Okay. The bathroom, sink and shower work like any other sink and shower. You have a GFCI here. All the plugs in the trailer are wired through a GFCI. The toilet has a flush pedal, if you can see it right there. Okay, and that works like all RV toilets. The black tank is directly below, so you can't use it dry. So when you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water. You'll put a dose of chemical in there. Then you'll step on the pedal and let at least a gallon of water flow into the tank along with the chemical. Then you're ready to use it. Never use it dry because it'll smell super bad and it can get clogged up. So you always have chemical and water in it before you start using it. Okay. You have some storage underneath the bed. You have some TV hookups somewhere here. Oh, right up here. Here, let me get the light out here. You have TV hookups here, and there's a backing plate for a bracket if you want to use it. You have storage here, which is great. This is an escape emergency window. It just pushes all the way through like that. And then you grab a hold of the red tab on the screen and pull the screen loose, and then you can escape during an emergency. Alright. And that about does it. So, I think we've covered most of it. All the important stuff anyway. So, I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember to inspect your roof regularly. It should be part of your regular maintenance. And also, right now this is winterized. There's no water in the system. It's been replaced with antifreeze, so the water heater is bypassed and empty right now. Make sure you put water in it before you use it, okay? Thank you.